So what we're doing today is we've got a leak on the Mule 2510 on one of the tires. So let's see if we can get it patched up and stop it from leaking. Alright, so this is my, I guess you can call it a tire machine. It is I guess it's a tire machine. But I think this tire should fit on it, on the Mule. We should be able to break the bead on it. So what we've got is, this is a 23 by 11 by 10. This is about an inch bigger tire than what came on the Mule. This is a very common tread pattern for mules. It's a Dunlop tire, but I think some other manufacturers make the same tread pattern or very similar. And this kind of seems to be what Kawasaki put on the mules. Most of the, maybe not on the newer ones, but definitely on most of the older ones, they all have this same tread pattern tire. So I kind of feel like what happened is, these, like I said, they're an inch bigger than what came on it. It would have came with 22 by 11 by 10, or maybe 22 by 10 by 10. I think it's 22 by 11 by 10. And so at some point somebody, I think, put a set of tires that came off of a different Mule. I think these are, you know, takeoffs from some other Mule. And they've got, as you can see, they've got really good tread. That's kind of why I think they're takeoffs. I think they sat around not being used for a long time. And but they've got some sidewall cracks in them that's leaking. Not only that, it's leaking around the rim and the valve stem. The valve core was leaking, and around where the valve stem seals around the rim. So this tire had tons of leaks in it, and I don't know if this one was leaking around the cracks in the tire just because maybe this one sat flat for a while because it had leaks at the valve stem, or if they may all be leaking. I don't know. So I picked up some little stubby valve stems on Amazon. I didn't have any of these real stubby ones that are on here, so I picked up a whole package of these things. They're the real short ones. And to fix the leaking sidewalls, we've got some slime. It was 20 bucks for a gallon of it. I've bought this stuff locally before, and I think I paid like $30 for it. And the Bobcat, about, it's got to be about 10 years ago, had a leak in the sidewall on at least 3 of the tires. And I put slime in all the tires, and those tires are still on the Bobcat. And one of them has started leaking. I haven't looked to see where it's leaking, but one of the tires on the Bobcat's leaking. So I probably need to see if it needs a plug in it or if it just needs some more slime. I did go ahead and pull the valve core out. We may not pop it all the way off. We may leave it about right there and just get in here and clean. We'll see how it wants to come off. Yeah, I know I need to bolt this thing down, but I probably need to pour a little pad for it because I feel like anywhere I bolt it down, it's going to be in the way. There it goes. Alright, so that's this side. We gotta flip it over and do the other side. I'm not gonna get real crazy with cleaning this thing. But like I said, we're gonna throw some slime in it, and so if it's not perfectly sealed around the rim, the slime will finish sealing it up. But I'll take some sandpaper. Normally I would take a wire wheel and really get in there and clean it. What I'm probably just gonna do is just take some sandpaper and clean around there, and then we'll seat the bead with some soap. I probably should have used that to help break the bead. I have good luck with just normal dish soap. I don't know if this will go in there or not. Might have gotten one thread on it. There's the valve core that came out of this thing. See how green that thing was. Let's just pour this in there. This is just dish soap. I buy it at the dollar store. Go to the dollar store, you know, not like a General Dollar or Family Dollar, you know, talking about like your little, you can probably go to Dollar Tree, but normally it's your kind of off-brand ones that have the best stuff. You can get like the biggest thing of dish soap you can get for $1. And that works really good for seating beads on tires. Pretty much and breaking them loose too. Pretty much the only thing I use. We did the other side dry, but it may not help much breaking the bead, but if you're actually taking the tire off, it makes a world of difference. Not wanting to focus there. This tire machine, I think it was made in the 1940s. It was a anniversary present for my grandma, to my grandpa. And he was thrilled to get it because this made his life so much easier. I grew up as a kid mounting and dismounting tires on this thing, and it has never been bolted down in all its life here. So since the 1940s, it's never been bolted down. It used to sit in dirt, you know, when I was a kid, and it kind of rusted the bottom out. It would sit kind of like in one of my grandma's flower beds, and we would, when we needed to mount a tire, we'd pull it over to the driveway. I think it's trying these rims, or these tires are stuck on these rims. The rim's so little though, it's wanting to really kick this thing under. want to think though, it wasn't new when my grandpa got it. My grandma bought it for him used. So I don't remember. I think it was made in the 40s. I can't remember if it was made in the 40s or he got it in the 40s. I think it was made in the 40s. But I think he got it like in the 50s maybe. Alright, we're going to speed the video up here. What's happening, the rim is so little. What we're doing, this is so kicked under. When we're prying, it's putting more pressure towards the rim, wanting to, when you're pushing down on it, it's wanting to just push the tool this way instead of pushing it down. So I'm trying to think of a way to get some pressure on here. And this thing, you know, it does have the bottom side thing. That has never worked, at least since I've been around. I might have screwed myself with putting soap here. You know, the tool's slipping towards the center maybe, instead of kind of gripping on the tire and just pushing down on the tire. I think it's sliding on the tire now. So I probably should have waited to put the soap on there until I was going back together with it. Let's see if we can push. Yeah, it's, see if we can keep it over here like that. There's a little lip here in the rim, and I think we're getting caught on that lip. Gotta keep that. There we go. That's all we needed, something to pry it out. Broke it loose. All right, so we got to get this old valve stem out. Let's see. Get you where you can see better. Oh, you can see pretty good right there. We got to get this old valve stem out. I just normally just pull them out and break them off. So we're going to take our tool. What did I put? And normally, so this is kind of like a little four-way tool for tires, and works really well. So we're gonna screw this side. We're gonna screw this onto the valve stem, and we're just gonna kind of try to pull it all different ways. So we just pulled it off. You can get some side cutters and stuff in there and cut them off. Now the bottom piece we got to fish out of there, but that's no problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a rag and get some sandpaper and start cleaning this rim up. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and fish the other piece of this valve stem off, or out. What was happening, this rim's so little, instead of pushing down, it was more pushing in towards the rim, and there's a lip. lip right in here. Tripod, so it's hard to get y'all in here. There's a lip right in there where my hand is. See that little lip around there? That's where the tire tool, he was catching on that lip and not wanting to slide down. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll come back.